This is Tusculum College football, and this is the Jerry Odom Show. The Jerry Odom Show is brought to you in part by your Greenville Light and Power System, serving Greenville and Greene County since 1947. Sodexo, proud food supplier of Tusculum College. By Creekside Markets, stop in and pick up a Hunt Brothers Pizza today. By Premier Transportation, the official bus provider for Tusculum College Athletics. And brought to you in part by Comcast. The Jerry Odom Show begins now. And we welcome you into the Jerry Odom Show, where the Tusculum Pioneers were taking their show on the road as the Pioneers traveled to Newberry, South Carolina for our first day game of the season. With a bunch of young guys, we were kind of unsure how that would go. And always at Newberry, when you see the graveyard that is to your left and somewhat of an eerie feeling, especially when you're playing the Wolves in October, and then you look over at the wonderful scenery of the campus life and the fountain that is in the middle of campus and all of the things that go along with that, the Chick-fil-A stands down in the end zone, how the guys may be able to respond to that during the day. Obviously, they responded quite nicely. It's been a wonderful series. Newberry is the defending South Atlantic Conference champion. As a matter of fact, they haven't lost since October of 2015 in South Atlantic Conference play. Coming into the contest, the Wolves were riding a 12-game conference winning streak, and after losing their first 2 games of the season, they had reeled off 4 consecutive wins. In that is a come-from-behind victory against Carson Newman. But on this day, where the Pioneers were 5-4 all-time at Setchler Field as a program, Jerry Odom leads 2-0 as the head coach, and the Pioneers go to 6-4 all-time at Setchler Field. In the 20th meeting between the two schools, the series is now tied at 10 as our new Riverboat Gambler goes for 2 in the second overtime and wins the game. Alex Ogle to, yes, Connor Johnston. The Tusculum Pioneers, Alex Ogle scored on a 2-yard run on 4th down, then connected with Connor Johnston for a 2-point conversion as Tusculum pulled out the thrilling 32-31 double overtime win. They trailed 31-24 after Newberry scored on their second possession of the overtime period. The ball was moved to the Wolves' 2-yard line. Ogle kept it and plunged into the end zone from 2 yards away. Tusculum didn't hesitate, as we knew that they wouldn't. They went for 2, and Ogle found Johnston wide open for the 2-point conversion. The Pioneers get their first win at Newberry since 2009, even that series all-time at 10 wins apiece. Ogle, who is now the Conference Player of the Week, offensively threw for 224 yards. Maxwell Joseph, 18 carries, a season-high 126 yards and a touchdown. But our player of the game, really, Hunter Cantrell. Stellar day, punting the ball all day, flipping the field, keeping Newberry hemmed in deep in their own territory. He averaged 43 yards a punt, placing all 8 of his punts inside the 20. 6 of them went inside the 10-yard line. With 8 punts inside the end zone or inside the 20, Cantrell became Tusculum's career leader in punts, but he also sets a school record 8 punts inside of the 20. Wide receivers were great all day. Altizer, Banks, Gates shared the team lead with 4 catches apiece. Altizer gained a team-best 80 yards, but Ogle did spread the ball around, connecting with 10 different receivers. Defensively, we were solid, as Jay Boyd finished with 11 tackles. Malik Goodman had 7 solo hits. Waheem Glasgow also with 7 tackles, but leading the charge there was Lakeith Brown with 12 tackles. He becomes the program's 6th player to go over 300 tackles for a career. Congratulations to Lakeith Brown. Newberry did finish with 401 yards of offense, Tusculum 353. Tusculum 6 of 17 on 3rd down, 2 for 3 on 4th down. The Wolves were 6 of 14 on 3rd downs on the day. But didn't have that penalty flag fest that we thought maybe we would get, especially a little bit later on in the day. But what a thrilling game for the Tusculum Pioneers as they come from behind for the 2nd consecutive week by double digits, and they get an overtime win this time. And they, as any coach will say, as long as we score 1 more point than the other team, then we've had a good day. The Pioneers had a good day. They improved to 4-3 on the year, go to 2-2 in the league. Newberry dropped to 4-3 on the year, and they dropped to 2-1 in South Atlantic Conference play. When we come back, we'll be joined by Pioneer coach Jerry Odom, and we'll break down the Newberry Wolves game. That's when the Jerry Odom Show continues. Your Greenville Light and Power System, an electrical distributor of TVA, serving Greenville and Greene County since 1945. Your Greenville Light and Power is dedicated to excellence in service and reliability. Visit online at glps.net. And we welcome you back into the Jerry Odom Show. The Pioneers knock off the Newberry Wolves, a final of 32-31 in 2 overtimes as the Tusculum Pioneers pick up their 4th win of the season in Newberry's 4-game winning streak and their 12-game winning streak within conference play as the defending South Atlantic Conference champions. Joined by Pioneer coach Jerry Odom. And going in, I think some of the talk this week was, can we block them? And I think what we learned is they were good up front. We couldn't block them real well. And Alex Ogle he took a beating, and the guy just kept getting up and going at it.
You know, it's funny. Alex, tough guy. I know that. Probably one of my most interesting coaching moments so far is Alex coming off the field. I think he's got a little blood coming out of his nose. I literally looked at him and go, "Listen, son, you're gonna get hit. It's the way it is today." Yeah. I said, "You got to stand in there and make the throws." And he just looked at me and goes, "Yes, sir, I'll do it." And I said, "Okay." And I promised him I'd get him better. It'd be better by next year. Yeah. I'm going to do some recruiting. We're beat up there. Yeah. We're beat up in the offensive line. You lose. Batzel goes out immediately. Kevion was out for a play. He got rolled up on. Then our backup tackle who came in gets rolled up. We're already down Nate Kobe and Herring. I mean, we probably have 4 of our top 8 offensive linemen out. So now we're just in there, doing. I mean, they still didn't play as well as I'd like them to, and I didn't think we fought as well as I'd like us to. But we ran the ball pretty well. Yeah. Maxwell, had a great game, 120-something yards, 26, I think, on like 18 carries, which is really good. Had one long run that he broke. That was a brilliant call by, and the thing is, there's subtle things that we're doing in the offense that's helping us. Brian's doing a really good job. He went unbalanced on that play. He went a 4-man surface, and they were 1 gap short because they didn't recognize the unbalance. It's just little things like that we've got to keep doing. We're not good enough yet to just line up and beat people. We're just not. We're not there yet in the program growth. It's the same thing on defense. We say the same thing all the time. We're going to move and stunt because we can't line up and just beat you. We're not there yet. We gave up defensively. I thought we played hard. Missed way too many tackles. I was disappointed in that. We got to get better at that this week. Coming from Catawba, and then we got had a couple I thought were ticky-tack pass interference calls that helped them, but then we got beat deep on 2 really good throws and catches. It wasn't bad coverage, especially the first touchdown. I honestly thought Cam was going to pick it down our sidelines. Right. He turned, it went right through his hands. He's got great ball skills. I was a little bit shocked. We lose D. Alford. I don't know if he's going to be able to play this week or not. He just tweaked his knee. It's nothing major, but we got to see if we can get him back from Catawba, but we lose him early in the game. So then we got to go with David, and they struggled a little bit. Those 2 guys struggled a little bit, but they played a lot of good ball too. So, it's a game that could have gone either way. It's about what I expected. I think I told you. I think we can hold these guys around 17 points. If it gets to 24, 32, 28, it may be tough for us to win the game because they're pretty good on defense also. And sure enough, 17-17 is about what I expected. So then going into overtime, the pass interference I thought was a tough call on Jay Boyd. It's third. It was third down. That kind of looked that way, but he didn't even go that way. And Jay's falling, and his legs trip into the other guy. He doesn't grab him in any way, shape, or form. But they did get tangled up. But I just don't know how. The referee told me he grabbed him, but clearly that's not the case when you look at the film. So at the end of the day, I think it's a situation where he has to do a better job of seeing that stuff. But that was tough on us because I think they had like 8 plays from inside the 3-yard line. They finally scored. I was proud of our kids because they took them to 3rd down to actually get to actually score after that penalty kind of took us out of everything that we were doing. So at the end of the day, I think it's a situation where we have to do a great job of keep playing. Don't worry about things that happen during the game, and keep working hard. That's really what it comes down to. And believing in each other. Don't let your brothers down. That's what we talked about that a lot. Don't let your brothers down. And we got to practice better between Tuesday and Thursday. I don't know how many times I got to say that. When you're a great football team, you become a preparation guru group between Tuesday and Thursday. That's really what it comes down to. You Tuesday, you know, is going to be a little bit ragged because you might be putting in a few new things, but you know that Wednesdays should get a little better and Thursdays need to be perfect, and the effort needs to always be there. And you know, this week wasn't great. I'll be honest with you. Tuesday was pretty good. Wednesday was god awful, and you know, I had to lose my mind a little bit. And then Thursday was pretty good again. And so we're still not being as consistent as I want. There is growth in the program, which is positive. But for all the people who thought we had no chance going into that game, we had a chance. I knew, you know, I'm not going to lose a football game. You know, I'm not. It's not like I feel like last year we're going in with, you know, a gunfight with a Twizzler. You know what I mean? I don't feel that way. I don't feel like I'm going to gunfight with a knife or pencil or, you know, whatever else. I feel like I've got a gun. Now, it may not be a big gun. Yeah. You know what I mean? but we have a gun. You know, hopefully after a couple years of recruiting, we can take a bazooka into that thing. But, you know, I think it's one of the things where our kids believe in what we're doing. They know what we're doing is the right way. They know I'm going to hold them accountable for everything that they do, good, bad, or otherwise. We're going to give them praise where they get praise, and we're going to be on them if they're wrong. But at the end of the day, I'm very, very proud of the coaches and the players for the way they stayed in the game and just kept battling 60 minutes plus. And I think hopefully, that's the kind of team that we're starting to become, a team that will battle you for 60 minutes plus. But if you look at it, really there's only one game this year I thought we didn't do that, is LR. I mean, if you look at the North Greenville game, we battled 60 minutes. Well, Al Limestone, we got beat, but we battled 60 minutes plus. You know what I mean? You start looking back at the games that we won and lost, that would, you know, really other than shorter, every game's been pretty competitive and tough. And I thought that's how the season would be, because we're not good enough to probably be, you know, that far ahead of anybody else, but we're not bad enough that we're not going to fight you for 4, and we're going to have a chance to win every game. So I told them going forward, we have Catawba, Carson Newman, Wingate, 3 of the better teams in this league. We can win all 3 or we can lose all 3. So it comes down to preparation.
Preparation for this game went 60 plus. Let's take a look at the highlights between Tusculum and Newberry in a game that did go overtime. The Pioneers, we won't look at actually the first quarter. It was an interesting first quarter. It was a contest goes obviously back and forth. We're going to pick up our coverage in the second quarter between Tusculum and Newberry. And what has happened is Hunter Cantrell has come in and been outstanding, downing plays, getting possessions where they've got to go the full length of the field. Newberry will start this possession as we pick it up at their 15. This is actually their scoring drive, and coming into the game has come Darius Clark. This is their second running back, and I believe Nick Jones has just entered the contest as well, and what you're going to see is how close you could be from a takeaway to what they have as well, then a score. But again, this Pioneer defense I thought played great all day.
Well, we played hard. Like right here, we got to make this play. You know, he batted the ball, and it's a great play by Malik, but I'd like to see him high point the ball. If he high points the ball, got a chance to get a pick. And then we come out of blitz right here, the very next play. Got a chance to get home right here. They pick it up, and really, you can't really see because they pull up. Cam's in great position. He's just got to make the play. And the kid makes a great catch, give him all the credit in the world. 13, I told him, if you're on 13, expect the ball, because that's the guy that we want to go to. Now, they did hit us with 9, I think, later on. He's pretty good, too. Right here, Hunter pins him deep again. This is a 3rd down. Probably shouldn't have gone man-to-man there. Probably should have played off and dropped. Then we, you know, going across the middle. The guy picks one. Jay's in pretty good shape, but they get us for about an 8 or 9 yard gain to get another first down. So they've gotten a couple first downs. Covering great here. Great job by the Mike linebacker and Jay Boyd. And Ivan Hogan's right there did a really good job. And then a great play. That's a 5 across. That's something in a quarters concept that if they bring 5 back, the Wills got to bring him back and cover him, and our Wills can do it, thank God. You know, and it's a great play by Lakeith Brown. So it gives us about 50 seconds left, I think. We get the ball. I think we drive a total of 12 yards. That's solid 12 yards.
Including a sack.
Including a sack. Yeah, you know, and this one kind of is a cover. And there was a few coverage sacks. Alex wanted something. It wasn't there. They could press the pocket. Obviously, Alex a tough guy, but we got to do a better job protecting. There ain't no doubt about that. But we come here, get a good throw out there to Shippey. He gets about 6 yards back. So now I think it's about I think we do take one more shot here. Don't complete it, and then we kick the field goal. Yeah, it's right here. And this could have been a pass interference. He hits him clearly before the ball gets there, but we should catch that ball. It's a good throw by Alex. But we can't. But we were able to come in and I believe kick the field goal.
You got Tommy Brown, I think, if you're trying to.
Oh, the wheel route, yeah. And Tommy's wrong here. He's supposed to go outside instead of inside. So he kind of brought the corner back into it. So, you know, had a couple miscues there, but really a good kick here. You know, right down the pipe. You know, yeah, I just said BU, man. You know, just shorten it up and BU. Don't overthink that thing. And Gabe's getting better every week.
It's halftime, 7-3, Newberry with the lead, and all of a sudden both teams come out and start the second half, and we forgot our defenses in the locker room.
Well, right here, you know, this is terrible by Matt right here. He's the outside leverage player. All he's got to do is get the ball turned back inside, and it's probably a no-gainer. That's the kind of stuff that gets frustrating for me. You know, we've done that 80 million times, and now we're going to do that. You know what I mean? I don't understand. There's no rhyme or reason to that for me. Come back, they're running the ball, but they're not killing us. It's 2 or 3 yards here, 2 or 3 yards there. Then they beat us deep right here. David gets beat off the line. He's got to start using the proper technique. He just opens the gate on the third step instead of putting his hand in there to slow him down, and 9 beats him deep. And that's what. But the issue is, like in the scout report, what's 9 do? Run deep balls. What's 9 do? Run 9 routes.
Right.
What's 9 do? That's all they do. So if you're on that guy, you got to know those things. Try to throw the wheel route again here. What you don't see early on is our first drive, we had the wheel route open for a touchdown, and we got hit. Great job. I thought we run blocked pretty good. As bad as we didn't pass block, I thought our run blocking was pretty good. And then we go an unbalanced look right here to a 4-man service. Really good block here at the point of attack by the center. Gets that guy. And then we just kind of create that extra gap. The linebacker doesn't get over. And big boy can run.
Well, Maxwell, you know, and a lot of people say, well, he's big, can he run? And I was like, he's a lot faster than you think. We just haven't gotten him into that open ground. It's good to see this longest run of the year.
I mean, Max was probably in the 4.5s, you know, for a 235-pound guy. You know, he runs plenty good if you get him open there. So that was huge right there because we answered right now. So now it's 14-10. And now I thought we kind of got into a rhythm a little bit on defense. We started bracketing some things and doing some different things with our coverage, started changing some things up. Where we were blitzing, how we were blitzing. They checked, and we checked. So I felt like we kind of
great call here.
Got back into the deal, got a little blitz on here. Cam, great job of beating the tight end. He's a good blitzer. That's one thing he really does. He's a tough kid for a corner, and he was down after the game because he thought he played bad and hurt the team. But I told him, hey, there's going to be plenty more opportunities for you, buddy. Just keep on working.
Yeah, and that's a great call because the answer after they had picked up somewhat of a big play on a run for Ruff there. So they go 9 plays, 33 yards, and your offense comes back out, unable to move the ball, but Hunter pins him in deep as well. Well,
and I think that was it. Like right here, pretty well run blocked. I mean, we're getting 6-7 yards a pop. We got to be more patient with it. Right here, I think we got 1 first down, or maybe it was just close. I can't remember honestly. But this is the 4th down. That's right. This is the 4th down where we get the first right there. And then I think we stall out here. I think
this is your scoring.
No, this is the scoring drive.
I did. I skipped an offensive
okay, I got you.
I was trying to go.
I got you. But again, look at the run blocking. I mean, we're doing a really nice job against, to me, one of the most athletic fronts you're going to see in the SAC conference. I think Newberry's very athletic. They stem and stunt a lot like we do. And I have a lot of Todd and them do a great job. Very good coaches, good guys. Great throw here. Alex really is starting to. You know, we work deep balls as part of our conditioning. We do a position conditioning every Tuesday, and I noticed we were doing one of the things we did with deep balls on the conditioning. So we're throwing deep balls a lot. I think anytime you can rep those things in your conditioning pod, then that really helps you get better because you're doing football concepts for it.
17-14, Tusculum has rallied from 14-3 down. They picked up a 37-yard pass play here, but then again, your defense answering the call. Forcing a fumble by Lakeith Brown, but Gruff was able to fall back on it.
Yeah, you know, we were unlucky. I think we caused 2 or 3 fumbles that they ended up falling right back on, and you know, they were a little bit lucky in that. But you know, the thing I think our kids have learned: if they don't get in, we got a chance. You know, I mean, we got a chance to stop them if they don't get in. And right here, do a really nice job. Witcher I thought he was going to sack him right there. He just got Ruff's a quick little dude, you know, and it's like J.J. Lassiter back there playing quarterback. That's what it looks like. About the same height, you know, and that's how J.J. played. But they are able to get a field goal here. I thought we came hard, got good pressure. The guy just kicked it, so now we're tied up. And that's kind of where it stayed for a while.
I really thought you were going to answer right here on the very next series. Good call.
Yeah. Yeah, good call, play action fake. You know, the other, had this guy open, get about 15, 20 yards on first down. Alex throws that ball really well, which is not easy to throw. Shippy busts off about a 10 or 11-yard run. So now we're down inside their territory. I think we had one negative play that kind of set us back, if I remember right. Come back. Oh, try to run the bootleg, and Brooklander, who's usually got great hands. That's a dime, but that's a great throw by the quarterback with pressure, and we dropped it. And Gary's like, "Oh, I dropped him. Sorry, coach." He's standing right in front of me. He's just that kind of guy. Then this is the one. We go for it, or we third down.
Yeah.
He just dropped it.
Yeah.
And actually, he had it going to the ground, and when it hit the ground, I guess the ball came out. But great play here. Hunter kicks a nice punt, and what a great effort by Ian. Just laying out. He's got bad wheels. You look at him, he looks like he's a broken old man right there. Looks like Coach Odom trying to get off the ground every morning. Right there. But great effort by Ian, and we pin him deep, and then we get him to third down, and we let him scramble out of it.
How about this play?
Yeah.
Can you believe he even caught the ball?
No, it was dumb, but what I can't believe is we're not strong enough. I was so mad that our nose guard, number 99, can't keep number 6.
There's the game winner right there.
That's what I told him. I'm like, are you kidding me? I said, just keep him in the end zone and we win, but didn't happen. He got out to the 4-inch line, I guess. And
yes.
I actually spotted it like the 2. I'm like, there's no way he got to the 2. But
we joined the Jerry Odom Overtime Football Club.
Is that what this is now? Yeah, I own that club. I'm the president and founder.
And CEO.
Yes.
First series, you guys get it. They win the toss. They wanted to see what they needed to do. And again, the way that Maxwell Joseph battled, competed in the game, 126 yards rushing. He had the long run, the longest of the season. I think he took a pretty good hit to the head there, and Alex is talking to him a little bit, or both of them are a little bit messed up at this point in the game. And then Eric Lynch, again, he's a guy a senior, and I think we talk about so many young kids, and then you have to have that senior moment every once in a while.
And we do. Evan Altizer, Lynch, those guys are doing a great job. Evan Gates, the seniors that we have playing, especially at receiver, are playing very well. I'm very, very proud of those guys. And then you find another freshman, Gary. We ran a little seam route with Gary Brooklander, who's got great hands, and you get it near that young man, he's gonna catch it. Now I'm telling you, before it's all said and done, that boy's gonna be special. I like him a lot. He's a tough guy. He's cares. He runs good routes, and so I was very happy.
Schillings does kick the extra point. I don't think I put it in here. Newberry did get the touchdown, so now they've tied it. This is the second overtime.
Right.
I don't even think I put the touchdown in here. It was a point. I was trying to get the penalty that they had on Jay Boyd. I didn't get a very good look at it, so I just took it out. But eventually they do get in. It's not even here. It's not even the next play.
No.
It was like five plays.
5 plays later.
It was 5 plays.
Yeah, I know.
They do get in.
They
finally.
got on third down, I think, of the second.
Yes.
Of the second series.
Second series
from the
of
3.
third down.
Yeah, from the 3.
And so Tusculum has it. We start their second series on 1st and 10. And again, it's always great. You open up something very positive.
Well, and I think we gave them some bunch looks and some compression looks that they hadn't seen. They didn't play them real well. You know what I mean? They just didn't. And we were able to get some good looks out of that. Alex does a nice shot. Takes a shot right here, and it hits him. We could have caught it. I mean, it hits him right in the face. It's a good throw. First I'm thinking, oh no. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be good. Oh no. It's like the double oh no. But then really good by Maxwell here. Very well blocked. You're not getting Maxwell down if he can get ahead of steam. He's going to get 4 or 5 yards if we can get him to the line of scrimmage free, and that's what I like about him. Come back and empty. Like I said, I thought Brian did a really good job of throwing different things at him. Empty, bunch, compression. They come out. We got a little rub route right here. Evan Gates, get it down to about the 2-yard line. Really a nice, well-executed. Put 13 personnel in. Now, the one thing right here, I think Maxwell jumps. I'd like him to run his feet right here. They didn't this one. Actually, I think he runs his feet pretty good. But I thought we had the first down here because you can get a first down at the 1.
Barely.
But I thought we had it there. But then we did it again. This where kind of Maxwell jumps a little bit, and he just got to keep running his feet. But they say we didn't. So
it's 4th down.
So it's 4th down, and and we go quarterback sneak, really good read by Alex, and you see he's already over before the ball comes out. Thank God, but it's he got it back, but it's a really good read by Alex and seeing what it has. And then what you'll notice here is we got to run, like we're going to throw the ball to the tight end. We got a motion here. We knew they were going to come. We blocked down like we're going to run the zone, and we got a little rub coming off that, and that guy just kept covering. Basically, he just kept covering the guy. Altizer coming on the cross, and he's just a little open. You know what I mean?
There was nobody in the screen.
You know, but sometimes those are the hardest catches. Lord have mercy, you're out there by yourself, and if I can, but he didn't even flinch. Great job by Connor. Great job by Alex getting off, because I still don't think. And then there was some celebration going on. There's some celebrating. A lot of running on the field.
Well, it's exciting.
It was exciting for those kids. They deserved it, and they kept battling. And, you know, you see a guy like Jameer Hogue making me laugh. He did that for like 10 minutes, just held me in his arms. And I'm like, Jameer, I know you're Brevard for 2 years, whatever, 3 years. He goes, Coach, it's great to feel like I can go into a game. We got a chance to win. I mean, and I get that. I mean, there's something to that. But what an exciting for those kids, and I'm very, very proud of them.
Ogle, 22 of 38, 224, 2 touchdowns, was sacked 5 times again, was a battle. He ran for a touchdown, no interceptions. You forced them into some mistakes. They had a couple of fumbles you couldn't fall on top of them. Newberry in the Todd Knight regime, we're talking 15 years, the most difficult team in the conference to sack, and they're not even a true running team like Carson Newman, which is always ranked first, and we got to the quarterbacks 2 times on the day. Again, I think in the contest, it's our first afternoon game. We didn't really even bring that up. I don't think it affects the kids as much, but with the amount of youth that you have, always playing on Friday night, did you notice any difference with the kids in the afternoon game?
No, we talked about it. I talked about it about really it's when you play an early game like that, then you got to kind of prepare on Thursday night. Like I tell them, get a great night's sleep on Thursday night, because your hydration and your preparation, your sleep preparation, to getting a good night's sleep really helps you on Thursday. Because Friday night, a lot of times you're excited, you're ready to play, so you're not going to sleep as good, and then you're going to get up at 8 or 7:30. You're going to go eat pregame meal. You're going to go to the place. You're going to dress. You're going to warm up. You're going to play, and you're going to be done by 3 o'clock. So I said it's going to happen quick. So I thought it was important that we did a really, really good job of preparation there. And I pulled the pads off them on Thursday because I wanted to freshen them up just to make sure that they were ready to go. And I probably will, because of our injuries and we're just beat up in the time of the season we are. We probably will take the pads off Wednesday and Thursday this week, maybe even. We'll have the pads on a little bit. Maybe doing a 2-minute or blitz period or thing like that, and then take them off during teams. So it's more mental. This is where we have to fit, or this is the guy we got to block. Here's the formations we're trying to get, or whatever. Right. But I think now it's about managing your team at this time of the season.
Tusculum Pioneers get that win. First win at Newberry since 2009. First win against Newberry since 2014. Not always a tight game between these two, blowout either way, but Tusculum gets a lot of redemption from last year where they just didn't play very well. They go on the road to Newberry, South Carolina, a hot day, muggy day, and they get an overtime win. And as if we didn't expect it, we knew he'd go for 2. We knew he'd go for 2.
Listen,
we knew that.
I'm undefeated at that place. Let's see, last time I went there, I won. Yeah. So, I feel pretty good about when we can play there. I think it's the same day, 17-14 then, so it's same type of score. Yeah.
The Pioneers and the Wolves in the 20 meetings. Each team is now 110. We'll try to break it next year when the Wolves will come to Pioneer Field. We'll come back, we'll meet our players of the game, and we'll chat it up about homecoming with Catawba. That's when the Jerry Odom Show continues. Sodexo, a world leader in food and facilities management services. Sodexo proudly serves Tusculum College and supports Pioneer football. Sodexo, making every day a better day. Premier Transportation. From the moment you step onto any of the motor coaches, it's clear they pay attention to details. They make sure you have the top-of-the-line amenities, the industry's most innovative technology, and the most advanced safety features to ensure every mile of your journey is a smooth one from coast to coast. The Premier Fleet. Escape the ordinary. The journey is half the fun. Premier Transportation, the official bus provider for Tusculum College Athletics. And we welcome you back into the Jerry Odom Show. Our player profile time as the Pioneers knocked off the Newberry Wolves by a final score of 32-31. In a game like that where you win, there are so many guys that make huge impact plays on the day. We can talk a lot about Maxwell Joseph and his breakaway run for the touchdown, which really put the Pioneers right back into it because of a very important answer. A huge blitz on third down to sack the quarterback from Cameron Gurgley. Any number of players on the defensive line, but on this day, we had to pick just a few. Our impact players for Tusculum versus Newberry. We will start on the offense, and that'll be Alex Ogle. Ogle on the day is now the South Atlantic Conference Offensive Player of the Week. The junior from Hobie Sound, Florida, Jensen Beach High School, went 22 of 38, 224 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. On the year now, 1,573 yards, 10 touchdowns, averaging a second best yards number in the South Atlantic Conference at 224.7 yards per contest. He helped the Pioneers get their first win at Setzler Field since 2009. We turn our attention to defense. Lakeith Brown, the senior from Athens, Georgia, out of Cedar Shoals High School, 12 tackles in the game, 2 for loss, 1 interception, his first career interception. For his career, he becomes the 6th player in school history to go over 300 tackles for a career, 302 tackles, 30 tackles behind the line, 7 forced fumbles. He forced another one on Saturday, 3 fumble recoveries, and that one critical interception at the end of the first half would set up the Pioneers' field goal at the end of the first half. Jay Boyd, the sophomore from Viera, Florida, out of Viera High School, had 11 tackles in the day and great run support. The free safety asked to do a whole lot to watch and shadow the quarterback. For his career now at Tusculum for the All-American, 82 tackles, 5 for loss, and 7 interceptions. But Hunter Cantrell might have had the best day for a Pioneer. The senior out of Sparta, Tennessee from White County High School set a new record for the Pioneers with 8 punts inside the 20. He had only 8 punts on the day, averaged 43.1 yards per punt. He flipped the field position several times. 6 of his 8 punts were also pinned inside the 10-yard line. His 8 punts, a new single-game record inside the 20. The average field position for Newberry became their own 14. He broke the school record Saturday with 224 career attempts. His 8,799 punting yards are second in school history behind the All-American John Gregory. He leads the conference this year with a 41.7-yard average, which is 17th in the nation. We could probably point out one of the greatest plays of the game being one of Hunter Cantrell's punts, but let's be real. It was definitely the 2-point conversion for the Pioneers.
Ogle takes the snap. Oh, he's wide open. He's wide open. Touchdown Pioneers and the 2-point conversion for Tusculum. Connor Johnston gets the 2-point play and the Pioneers win. The Pioneers win. The Pioneers win.
Let's go inside the numbers to take a look at this very evenly matched game between Tusculum and Newberry. Newberry with 22 first downs, Tusculum with 20. Tusculum ran for 129, Newberry 195. Tusculum threw for 224, Newberry 206. Total offense, Newberry at 401, Tusculum at 353. Tusculum ran 74 plays to Newberry's 73. One of the more impressive numbers in the day was Maxwell Joseph's yards per carry number, 7 yards per rush for Maxwell Joseph, and an extremely important number. Newberry came in, they were very proud of their punt against yards giving up for their punt defense team. They were minus 0.5 on the year. It may not look like a whole bunch when you take a look at punt return yards, but on this particular day, we had 14. We averaged 4.7. Newberry, minus 1. So we kind of flipped that as well. Tusculum did force yet another turnover while not turning the ball over on the day. Time of possession was even, 30-34 for Tusculum, 29-26 for Newberry, and Tusculum held the ball 10 minutes and 12 seconds in that opening quarter. Both teams decent on third downs, 6 of 17 for Tusculum, 6 of 14 for Newberry. Tusculum 2 of 3 on fourth down. In the red zone, both teams were 3 for 3. Tusculum with the 1 field goal, and Newberry with the 1 field goal inside the red zone. Must do a little better job with our sack numbers. Again, Alex Ogle was beat up, 5 sacks on the day. Tusculum was able to get to the quarterbacks for Newberry. They don't sit in the pocket and throw it a whole lot. 2 times on the afternoon, the important third down blitz for Cameron Gurgley, helping the Pioneer efforts in that category. The Pioneers get the win against Newberry, 32-31. We now host Catawba for homecoming this Saturday. We'll be rejoined by Pioneer coach Jerry Odom when the Jerry Odom Show continues. Creekside Market has 3 locations in southern Greene County to serve. So while you're traveling to or from any game, stop by and pick up a Hunt Brothers Pizza for those football Friday nights or Saturday afternoons. Creekside Market just off the 107. Locations on the Asheville Highway, Camp Creek, and the Irwin Highway. Creekside Markets in Greene County. We welcome you back into the Jerry Odom Show, where the Tusculum Pioneers have defeated Newberry. We've turned the page. We've got our attention focused now on the Catawba Indians, who come in, and what a season they have had to this point. They've got a new quarterback in Patrick O'Brien that has come in last week, throws for nearly 400 yards in a contest with the Wingate Bulldogs. They've got a good running game. They've got a good offensive line. They've got a great defense. Kitchens, all the guys that are up there on the front, a solid team. You got a Catawba guy coaching a Catawba team that basically named them linebacker U, and that's
really?
why, yeah, that's why they're there. And I got a lot of respect for this team, for this program, based on what they have done and been able to do. But let's be honest, when you get a trigger man, you can do some things off.
Yeah, Curtis does a great job, but Patrick O'Brien is a very good football player. They got a receiver, number 1, that I really think a lot of too. Him and number 4, I think those are 2 best receivers I think right on the team. They got a solid tight end that's kind of a jack of all trades. The lineman, the Wildcat, he's probably not a big-time blocker or anything, but he's a great athlete, so you got to know where he is at all times. So he's got some weapons around him. And offensive line, now they're young. They're younger. They're a little bit undersized as compared to what they used to be. 3 guys, 250, right. One guy 280 and the other guy 260. So they're not a big unit. But they've done a great thing, and I think a lot of it has to do with, obviously, a guy like Patrick O'Brien, who led, people don't know him, UNCP last year to the round of 8, I guess, in the D2 playoffs, beat Valdosta State in the first round, lost a close one in the second round. So the guy understands how to win, and I think he left UNCP as a grad student because he knew that UNCP was going to be rebuilding a little bit. Yeah, they got a little struggle going down there, and I think he's gone to a team that's a pretty senior-laden team. I think it's a good fit for them. That's one of the reasons they've had success. I think the thing that you got to do with him is you got to give him some different looks. You give him the same looks over and over, he is going to carve you up. And especially with number 1, who runs the post and the outcut about as good as anybody in this league. I would equate him and the number 1 from Mars Hill are very, very similar guys. And then number 4 is probably bigger than the 2 that we played for Mars Hill. Maybe not kind of shifty, but he may be a better route runner. So, you kind of take that into the grain of salt, and then they have the tight end that's very similar to 44. So, I mean, they're similar to Mars Hill in a lot of ways. They love to run the power in the zone, a little bit of zone read. Pat's not a runner, but he'll run when he has to, and he'll run to keep you honest. That's that. It's not what we're dealing with. What we dealt with Newberry, where you got a J.J. Lassiter, running back looking guy back there playing quarterback that happens to be a lefty guy that can throw the deep ball really good. It's more of I got him and Alex are really probably a lot alike. You look at them, big arm guys, strong, throw the ball in time, run good enough to keep you honest. That's really what you're seeing. I mean, mirror images of each other. So really, we've got to find a way to stop the run, make them one-dimensional, and then give him multiple looks, and coverage so that he doesn't ever feel comfortable with what he has. And then we're going to have to double cover some people and bracket some other folks. And I got my work cut out for me this week on their offense. Defensively, very similar to us. You're going to see a lot of movement up front, quarters concepts, and versus 3-by-1, they play 18 million different coverages. So, Curtis and I are very similar guys. He was a DC at Coastal Carolina for a while, coming to a D2 program. I think he's calling it now is what he told me. So, I think there's a lot of similarities in who we are and what we do. And, so it's always fun. It's exciting. Now they're going to come in here and try to, beat our head in because I think we shocked them last year when we went up there and beat them, without a really dumb, mistimed jump by a safety. It could have been a 17, 18-point victory. It ended up being by 11, I think. But, I have a ton of respect for the program. And I think they're going to come in here ready to battle. They just got done with a war. The good thing is they're probably about as beat up as we are, if I had to guess, watching that Wingate game, because that was a war too. And, so it's really who's going to be able to bounce back quicker, who's going to handle the week of preparation better, is who's probably going to win this football game. But it's like I told the kids, and I'm going to tell everybody in Pioneer Nation, do not count us out of any game. Don't ever think there's a game that we're not going to win, that, hey, we can't win this game. Now, there's a game, we can lose everyone too. I'm not saying that, but it hurt our kids a little bit to know that people thought, oh, we had no chance against those guys. Yeah. And I try to motivate them. You put a chip on their shoulder a little bit. It hurt me a little bit because I don't see things that way. I see every game as an opportunity to be your best and to be the best you can be. And we're going to try to win every daggone one of them. Now, obviously, we haven't been successful there, and and I do understand the thought process because we're not there within the program that I want to be here yet. Right. But we're getting there. And I'm proud that our kids are learning to fight, and they don't flinch anymore. I think that maybe that Mars Hill game, I think the North Greenville game, that game last week, I think you're seeing real growth from a team that, like last year, if we gotten down 2 touchdowns or 11 points, I think, that group would have folded up the tent and gone to the house and said, hey, what's for dinner? This group is like, no, we're going to keep fighting and keep doing the right things, and eventually we're going to try to come out on top. And that's what I'm looking for. That's the kind of team that I want to be associated with, and the people that I want to be associated with. Guys that do the right things, guys that do the right things as much as possible. Right.
You got to do the right things. They did last week against the Newberry Wolves, get an overtime win. And this week against a Catawba team that'll be hungry coming off the loss in the last second of the game against the Wingate Bulldogs. It'll be Tusculum and Catawba. This Saturday from Pioneer Field, it is Homecoming 2017. There's plenty of festivities that will be taking place. It begins early with registration at 8 o'clock. There's a breakfast at 8:30. Former Pioneer great Eric Clarity will be inducted into the Tusculum Sports Hall of Fame, along with 2 great basketball players, and Jasmine Gunn and Kyle Moore. They'll be inducted at 9:30, and then there's, from there, the rest of the day. All sorts of alumni games for every type of sport that's out there. Tusculum kicking off at 2:30.
We need you here.
Exactly.
We need you here.
There's basketball later. If you want to come watch some great football, the basketball teams will have their inter-squad scrimmage. You can get a look at them at 6 and 7:30 as well. Plenty of things going on campus this weekend. Contact Blake Cantrell, 636-7331 for details about how to get involved with our homecoming festivities. Tusculum Catawba. For this guy, Jerry Odom, for Nathan Humbert, I'm Brian Staten. Until next week, game on, Pioneer Nation.
This has been the Jerry Odom Show. The Jerry Odom Show is brought to you in part by your Greenville Light and Power System, serving Greenville and Greene County since 1947. Sodexo, proud food supplier of Tusculum College. By Creekside Markets. Stop in and pick up a Hunt Brothers pizza today. By Premier Transportation, the official bus provider for Tusculum College Athletics. And brought to you in part by Comcast. Join us next time for more Pioneer football on the Jerry Odom Show.